We're going to be going over the game Fishing Barents Sea. Now, this is a brilliant game. I really enjoy playing this game. I have reached 100% on this game. So it probably took me about 80 hours or something. I'm going to be going back through and playing it just because I love it so much. So come along and enjoy the ride. So we're just going to change our name here. Obviously we're going to be the Broke Gamer because that's who I am. Male. We don't need to start the tutorial because I've already played this before. So we're just going to jump straight into it. And here we are in Grandpa's old fishing boat. Oh, accidentally undocked. So before we do anything, it took me a while to get the controls. Forgot the controls. So dock. Just checking out where the fish species are. So they're pretty close at the start of the game, which is handy. First thing we need to do is dock and just grab us some bait for the lines. If you're feeling really brave and adventurous, you can get an extra line as well. So you go under, no, not town. Don't really need the towing unless you're planning on running out of fuel at sea or crashing. Try not to crash. No jobs available yet. And we can't even take a crew on this boat. So the fish market's where you sell the fish. We've got two 250 metre unbaited long lines. It's a bit different to North Atlantic, which is the most recent one I was playing, so I was still trying to figure out how to buy the bait, obviously, and what you need to do. So we really want to be catching cod, which is that top left fish. You got cods up the top left. The yellow and the green are haddock and pollock. I never remember which one's which. And then you've got redfish, which you don't really want redfish. It sells pretty poorly, at least in this game it does. So I grabbed an extra bait line and I got three long lines. Sorry, I grabbed an extra long line, got 3 long lines now instead of the 2 you start with. And I baited them all with shrimp, which is supposed to catch me cod. And then we're going to head out to a fishing spot. So because I'm on the Xbox and on the controller, it's a bit hard trying to figure out what the controls were. Slowly getting the hang of it though. So you use the left stick for most things basically. So accelerate, steer, and if you know boats, you know that they don't have brakes, it's just reverse thrust. And then you use the D-pad or the analog pad to move around and change what you're doing, turn your lights on, etc, etc. Test the horn. We're just going to mosey out of this harbour here. Once you get out of the box, you can just go straight into fast travel. Of course I forgot that, so I tried to fast travel straight away and it's not going to let me because I'm not outside the box. That's where we need to be going though. So there's a whole bunch of haddock there. Not much cod, which is what we want, but that's okay. So now we're out of the box. cruising along. It's quite nice. I like this game. It's very peaceful. I want a bit of a blast as we come past the point here. But yeah, very peaceful game. Lots of ocean sounds and fishing and ships that are quite realistic. Not as realistic as Seafarer, I think is the newest one that came out. Not in this series, but it's a newer game. But it's not on console yet, so I haven't got it yet. I would quite like to get it, but anyway, we've got fishing Barents Sea today. Nice calm sea, beautiful day. Now we can do our fast travel, which is more like a slow travel at 7 knots there. And then we're into our fishing spot here. So I was kind of used to using the long lines in the other game, sort of 500,000 meter. This is kind of how you would need to lay those out, but because we're only using the 250 meter long lines today, we don't even need to go nearly that far. So just put a bit of throttle on and set our first line. When you set the line, it's going to self-adjust the throttle and try and keep it around sort of the 5 knot mark, so it's not pulling too hard or anything like that. You'll see it keeps going up and down, trying to self-adjust. I think it stays roughly 3 to 5 knots. We'll drop that one. The next one we want to be about 50 meters away. I think I mucked this one up and dropped it a bit too soon. Yep, that's probably a bit too soon, maybe 40 odd meters. What's this boat doing? It's going to go right in front of me. Don't you be there, buddy. There we go, so there's our second long line dropped. And just go a little bit further away. And we've got the third one. All 3. So that's half the job. Now the next part we need to do is the waiting game, the beauty of fishing. So you have to be patient and hurry up and wait. On the other game you can go into the boat and look at the clock and fast forward the time. You can't do that on this one, so really depends what you want to do, if you just want to hang around the spot or head back to the port. But you're aiming for sort of for 20 hours. 18 to 20 hours is kind of perfect when you should go and pick them up. So we'll just head back to the port. So what's our time there? 14:50, so let's say 3 o'clock. We probably put the first long lines out at 2. Boat's on the way. Oh, this boat's going to crash in there. Try and avoid this guy here. Yeah, so we put them out at 2 PM. So we want to be coming back about lunchtime tomorrow. And it's about 6 o'clock now, 6:30ish by the time we get back to port. So it's about 4 hours to get back to port. A bit of mucking around out at sea there. So we need to take that into account when we go back. Just mosey on over here into this little box at the port. Drop our throttle so we don't go ramming into the docks. And then just dock up, use the dock button. There I am, in the cabin. And then you could just go skip time over here, so we want to skip. I think I skipped too much here because we're already sort of 4 hours over, so it's going to put us to 19, 18. dock. Get back out here. Best way to get away from the dock, so you don't crash into it, is go reverse. Mostly because if you go forwards and you try and turn away from the dock, the back end of the boat will smack into it. And your boat can take damage, as you can see by the little indicator up the top left. And you got speed, fuel and boat health. If your boat takes too much damage, it will sink. Never had it sink in this game. Have had it sink in the next one, fishing North Atlantic. Well, what's this big ship doing? Trying to beat him out of here. It's probably only maybe doing about 4 or 5 knots in the harbour, and we're probably cranking it doing 7, or a whole 7 knots. Oh, we're trying to get ahead of them. It's a nice boat though. You can get up to boats almost that big. That one's a ferry, but you can get some fairly big fishing boats in these games. I'll just do our fast travel again. So you notice that the nets have changed colour. I was sort of used to the darker colour in North Atlantic, so I thought they weren't quite ready yet. But they are in fact ready, and now we're on the 12 o'clock mark, so we should be picking them up. And then I go and do something dumb and go and muck around for a little bit, thinking that I hadn't quite reached the right time. I'm still thinking it should be darker, so now we're up to sort of 24 hours. No good. But hey, we live and we learn. And this guy's in our way a little bit. So we're going to go pick them up. We're going to pick them up, or is it spinning away? Yeah, we're going to pick them up. They should look beautiful though. So one of the biggest problems trying to pick the nets up is, as you can see, I try and tilt right up so I can see as far as I can out to the sea. I have no idea where the buoys are, and as we get closer you'll see that the mark on the map where it says that the buoys are and the mark on the map where it says that my ship is are not the most accurate. There we go, there's the buoys over there, so I'm headed completely the wrong direction. So we have to hit the buoy on the right hand side, or the starboard side of the boat, if you're a bit of a boatie. So what I like to do is go past them. So I go past them to the starboard. As you'll see here, do a sharp turn, and then I'll turn back. So that way I'm hitting it on the right side and at the right angle. Because if you get the angle wrong, it won't let you pick them up either. And then as you come closer, just throttle down, pull the gear, and then you got a cool little fishing mini game here, where you got to try and hit the point right in the centre. That's pretty bad. That's perfect. I've only got 9 on this line. I think my max is 14. That's good. When you see the line waving around like that, that's the fish you want. That's a cod. Oh no, redfish. Cod. Cod. Yeah, so we're getting some good cod. That's what we want. They're the big money makers. That's, I don't know what that is. Haddock, pollock, whatever. I can never tell the difference. They look quite similar to me. Now we've got to go and get the other ones. So there they are over there. Sort of on the wrong angle again. So just give them a little bit of throttle and get towards it. Once again, I'll try and hit the sort of the starboard side and then swing around, facing to the port side. Obviously, so they're still on the starboard side of the boat, but you need to be on this particular angle. A bit steep there, but it's close enough. When I get close, I throttle down. And the other thing you can do is you click the L3 or click the left analog stick and it kills the throttle, and then you click it again and it kills the motor, which makes for quite nice catching the fish just sitting there at sea with the motor not running, and sounds of the ocean going on around you. Any cod this time? Yep, there's a cod. Nice. Now later on in the game you can get crew that'll do this for you, and you can pick ones that are better or worse at doing particular jobs. You can have heaps of crew. You can have gutting machines and trawling boats, all sorts. So you'll get to see it right through the series, because I really love this game. Quite happy to go and play it again. There we go, we're going to pick up a third one. So I don't bother gutting them until I pick them up, mostly because I'm running late. So this one here is 28 hours. About 28 hours after I put it down, so it's too long. It should be 18 to 20. And what can happen if you wait too long? Well, you end up with less fish. Which is pretty realistic. If you leave your fish out there too long, sharks will come and eat them. They'll break off the hooks. All sorts of things can happen. 9 again. 9's pretty average. It's better than sort of 2 or 3, that's for sure. But yeah, you definitely want more than 9. And you want to try and get as many goods or perfects here as you can. It doesn't increase the amount of fish. Oh, there's a cod. It doesn't increase the amount of fish you get, it just increases the weight or something. Not sure. Haven't quite figured that out after so many times playing it. Probably should Google it. Not going to. And lucky last. Plus 27%. Now we'll go and give it a gut. This is quite hard. It's probably my least favourite part, but all games have parts you enjoy and parts you don't enjoy. That looks like a pretty straight line. Kind of. Terrible. 2.5 stars. This is the cod, they're pretty hard. The tail fin right there, I mean the belly fin right there. Terrible. Way off the line. Up, down. Oh, there we go. 2 stars. That was cool. The angle of the knife's pretty interesting too. Looks like he's going into a bar fight. No, 2.5 stars. Oh, maybe do 2, so I must have got quite a lot of those fish. Usually you only have to do sort of 1 or 2 from every species. Oh, 4 star on that one. Oh, so I got no redfish. And then we've got no bait on our lines, so we have to head back. So let's go and head back. So where you really want to sell them is not where you start. And we're at Hammerfist. You want to go to Hammerfist Centrum, which is behind this stupid ferry that's still in the same place it was when we left. Oh, what's it doing? It's just sitting there next to some rocks. Looks like it might have got stuck. Not a lot we can do, we're not a tugboat, so we'll just go around it. Go to the Hammerfist Centrum. Hammerfist, whatever it's called. The one that's behind it. Nice boats. can't drive all the boats in this game, but there is quite a fair few that you can drive for yourself. Bit of a nice collection at the end of the game, and you can jump in whenever you want. One of them's pretty quick, quite a fast boat. Helps you. I think it does about 40 knots, maybe 35 knots or something like that. So you can motor around pretty quickly, considering this one's doing 6, and it's at full throttle, but we do have a bit of fish on board. It's got a good capacity, this boat too, holds quite a decent amount. And now we're past the ferry, so we'll just put some waypoints over here. And this is the dock we want to go to, which is extremely hard to get into. It's a horrible position, especially when you've got bigger boats. Yeah, once you've got the trawling boats, coming in here is a nightmare, especially trying to get no damage. The bigger boats do have side thrusters and things like that, so it's quite nice how you can just sort of side thrust yourself into position, but this is a horrible wharf. So there is better times to sell the fish. I can't remember what time it is, lunchtime or 7 AM or 8 AM or something like that. So it looks like we're going to get about 14, 18, sort of 22-ish thousand there. And we're at 10 o'clock at night. So we'll skip forward to lunchtime tomorrow. We won't sell it yet. So there we go. Lunchtime. You've got about 2 days to sell the fish before it goes bad. And then we'll try and sell it. It's easy just to undock and dock again. Yep. Basically the same amount of money, so I don't know, I must have done something wrong or come at the wrong time or something like that. We shall see when we get into the next one. So 17,000 in total. I don't know how we went from 22 to 17. I think it's because the gutting was not good on some of those and I lost value. 2 stars and 2.5 stars on some of the gutting, so we need to bait up. I could get some fuel, but nah, should be right. There's no war in Iran going on in this game, buddy. Get an extra long line though, so we can catch more fish, and then bait them up with shrimp, one at a time, because you know. There we go. 3,000 whatever left, krona or something. And let's get out of here. So, especially this wharf, you want to be backing. Back away so I don't hit it. Still got heaps of fuel, so 3/4 of the tank. Oh, a bit close to the edge there. And we're out now, so full throttle forward. And that stupid ferry's still stuck in the way, so it kind of seems to be spinning around that rock now. I don't know what's going on there. Boasted. Grandpa's boat. I'd say boost it, but yeah. Look at this guy, mate. I'm pretty sure if you did that in real life, in any size ship, you'd probably be facing some sort of fine. I know if you run out of fuel coming over the bar, almost every bar in this country, the Coast Guard has to tow you and they'll find you. I know he hasn't run out of fuel because he just left the wharf, so what are you doing, mate? You're in the way. Get out of the way. You go behind him because there's less chance of them reversing into us than driving forwards into us. Plus, you may or may not know that you have to give way to ferries, no matter what you're in. There's quite interesting rules at sea, so motorboats have to give way to yachts, which makes sense, I guess. It's harder for yachts to navigate, they have to sort of follow the wind, but everyone has to give way to ferries, everyone, because they're massive, probably because they're commercial and going somewhere in a hurry, although not that guy. Now we passed him. Check the fish stock. Yeah, I sort of would want more cod, and I should explore more of the map. But the only problem with this boat is that the radar is non-existent. So the only way to explore the map is to very slowly and painfully mission through the open water. As you can see up the top right, the grey water is the water we can't fast travel into, and the blue water does not appear to be expanding at a very rapid rate. And I'm patient, but in this case I was going, no. The top of the grey water now, and it's still not changing, so no. When you get some of the bigger boats with the wicked radars and stuff, that whole grey area would be lit up, especially when you've got the trawling boats. Mind you, they are huge, but it's just funny how it's barely changing colour underneath our boat there. No, had enough of that. Head back to the fishing spot. And so what I like to do is put a waypoint on the other side so I know where I'm aiming for, so that I go straight across the fishing spot. Except I was dumb and I pushed fast travel. So, no, better turn around and come back the other way, because I want to be over the fishing spot, not away from it. There we go. So we'll set this one on the other side and we'll head towards it. Drop our first one. And like I said, the boat will self-control its speed and drop the nets for us. The long line, sorry. Should get my terminology correct, shouldn't I? Here's number one, so we'll give 50 metres till we drop the next one this time, so we won't stuff it up. So that was 400 metres from the waypoint. So we want to be about 350 when we drop the next one. Now. Yep. $320, so we want to go down to 270. Drop that one. $260 is good enough. Yep, about there. Or something when we finish, so about 180. Drop the last one. Yeah, and we're all done, so we just have to wait again. So what I really should have done is gone back to the port, saved my fuel. I've only got sort of 3/5 of the tank of fuel. But the other thing you can do is just kind of, I was just seeing if there's a a skip time option, but no. So you can just sort of go around in circles if you want. Obviously it's going to use up fuel, and that's no good to be wasting fuel, but hey, it's just a game. You can see we can't waypoint into the grey there. So we need to do quite a few circles. We need to come back sort of midnight-ish. 10 in the morning, so we've got a long way to go. And there's a hell of a lot of boats hanging around here, which makes sense because there's lots of fish. I won't run into that one. Those ones are waiting for me, or waiting for something. So they changed colour. Still not quite there though, we want to get to blue. It's about 5 hours. Probably about 3 hours away it'll change colour though. There we go. So it's probably on the close to the 18-hour mark when I get there, so I'll head back. I've come at it from an awkward angle here, so I'm going to have to try and adjust the angle. Yeah, very bad. And then it's also sort of dark. Keep the searchlight on. Once again, I have no idea where the buoys are. Very hard to see. There you can spot them with my eye, can you? Where are you? Should be on the port side somewhere. Somewhere. Where are you? Remember, I like to do this sharp turn before I get close. Sharp turn. Oh, there it is. No, even close. I guess it means that the boat's the white part of the little pointer coming and hit on the starboard side with a slight angle pointing out. Down. Yep, all of them there. "13 fish, so that's much better than 9. Now it's a cod too, first one, so that's a good sign. If you do well on these perfects, you get it sort of around 50% or whatever. And if you completely miss it, I think you can lose the fish, so don't do that. This one's perfects and goods. Okay, it's okay, of course. I think okay is plus 0%. Perfects something plus 7 or something like that. Good must be plus 4 or 5%. So I didn't throttle down enough before I came close to this line, and now it's coming in on a horrible angle. And the worst thing about it coming in on this horrible angle is you can't really see the indicator for when to grab the fish. You got to be careful because sometimes you can end up with the line going underneath the boat and all sorts of horrible things going on if you don't throttle down and position yourself quite nicely, switch the engine off, etc. That was bad. And now we're way out of line, so probably need to back up. Rather than full throttle reverse there. Go back a wee bit. see it though. Be straight in front of us on there. Let's just hope. There it is. They really don't stand out much on this game. On the next game, you can upgrade the buoys so they stand out more, slightly more. I wouldn't say dramatically, but they definitely stand out more than they do on this one. And line it up, throttle down, throttle off, haul it in. 14 again. I think 14 is the max, maybe it's 15. I know it's a strange number like that. We want to see that line sort of twirling around so we know we've got cod. No. Yep. Oh no. Redfish. Not twirling enough. Where's the cod? Come on mate, we need some cod. No. Sometimes you can see them coming in from quite far away too. You can see what's about to come up, which is quite nice. Redfish. I don't think we've got any cod that time. Oh, 6. Didn't look like it though. Now we're in a terrible position to work this thing through. I have a feeling we're going to miss this one. Overshoot. Somewhere over here. Should be so right next to us. That's why it pays to have a look around. We're not past it now. Yeah, there it is. Bugger. So it's a waste of time trying to sort of turn and manoeuvre and get back there. It's easier just to throw it in reverse throttle. Pull yourself back towards it. We're not in the car on the road. We don't have to worry about where we're backing. It's not behind us, obviously. The angle's not bad there, but we still come from the right and do a hard turn to the port side. Like the last minute like that. See that arrow lining down where the line is. Yeah, haul it in there. 13 on this one. Oh, perfect, first up, there we go. Perfect, good. Perfect. Good. Really good. Perfect. Still not seeing much cod. That's a cod. That's what we want. Big boat, I guess. Still perfect, right? It was only one, but it said we got 7, so hey, I'm not complaining. And lucky last, where the heck is it? Good question. Should be right in front of us, but I can see in the boat. There it is. There it is. Oh, we're coming at the right angle here? I don't think so. He's kind of in our way there. Just trying to chill and steal our fish. Throttle. Yeah, call it on. Final one of the day. Still not much cod. The fish have different seasons, of course, and different places that they like to be and stuff like that, so this spot said there wasn't much cod, so I shouldn't expect much cod. Perfect. That's a cod. Looks like a big catfish. No. Yep. And lucky last, is that going to be a cod? No. Redfish. So we got one, but it said we got 7, I'm not complaining. About half full, so we're going to gut them. This is, without a doubt, my least favourite part. Trying to be so gentle. I think when I'm trying to be gentle and careful, I do worse. You're like, how's that 3? It's on fairly thin. Oh, it's probably 3. What? 1.5. See, that's racist. It's racist. 3.5. Okay. Redfish is always quite easy because it's a big fat boy. 3 and a bit. We're all gutted. We'll head back to Hammerfist Centrum. The ferry's finally gone, the stupid ship. I don't know what was going on with the ferry. Tank's less than 25% full. Wow. We're not empty, mate, and we made it back, so. It's always quite hard to guide yourself into this one too. Like fast travel your way into it. It's just, yeah. I won't complain about it anymore. So we'll just get there. Because it's quite a good time in the morning, sort of 7:30ish in the morning. I'm just going to sell it straight away. Just always throttle. Excuse me. Just always throttle down a bit so we don't crash. Yeah, we'll dock. Yeah, we'll sell. Decent haul there. 39k or 40k. 30 and end. Once again, I think we lost money on the gutting of the cod, which is a shame. So that's the big money maker. Oh yeah. Chuck some fuel in it. Pretty cheap, really. 1,500, considering we just earned 30k. And that's us for the day.